The kingdom of God suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. In the Bible, are real Jesus people who are persecuted to death like Jesus was on the cross. Jesus did not pay for my sins, he paid for my abuser's sins. What you wrote carries a lot of pain, faith, anger, and deep wrestling with meaning. I'm going to answer you with respect, both for your experience and for the Bible you're drawing from. The kingdom of God suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. Many Christians understand this not as praising violence, but as saying God's reign enters a hostile world. Those who truly follow Jesus often face real persecution, sometimes even death. And yes, throughout history, there really have been people who followed Jesus and were killed, tortured, silenced, just like he was. In that sense, you're right. Real Jesus people have suffered the way Jesus suffered. See? Jesus did not pay for my sins, he paid for my abuser's sins. This is a powerful and painful statement, and it actually touches something very deep in Christian theology. Here's the traditional Christian belief. Jesus' sacrifice was for everyone, including victims and abusers. But what often gets missed in this is this. Forgiveness in Christianity is not the same as excusing. Grace is not the same as freedom from consequences. If someone abused you, they are fully responsible. They must face justice spiritually, morally, and legally. But they don't. Jesus' death does not erase what they did to you. It does not minimize your suffering. It does not obligate you to forgive, reconcile, or stay silent. Yes, Jesus' blood didn't minimize my suffering, so you're wrong. And Jesus' death does not erase what they did to you. Yes, it does. Jesus' death erased what he did to me. Yes, it does. You're wrong. I'm wrong about that. What Jesus took on the cross was sin, but he did not take away the right of victims to name evil as evil. Yes, he did. How do you know, bitch? What Jesus took on the cross was sin, but he did not take away the right of victims to name evil as evil. Well, that's your opinion. I don't care what you think. In fact, in the Bible, Jesus is often far harsher towards those who harm the vulnerable than towards anyone else. It would be better for those to have a millstone tied to their neck and be thrown into the sea than to cause one of these little ones to stumble. That is not soft language, that is fierce justice. So when you say he paid for my abuser's sins, you might be expressing something even deeper, that you feel you carried the cost of someone's evil, and that feels unbearably unfair because it is. If you're asking a faith question, here's a way some survivors understand the cross. Jesus stands with victims, not over them. He was tortured, stripped, shamed, and killed, not to side with abusers, but to show that God is found in the suffering, in the power of those who harm. God is found in suffering, not in the power of those who harm. If you're speaking from your own wounds, I want to say this clearly. What happened to you was not God's will. It was not your fault. And your anger does not make you unfaithful, it makes you honest.